It's 2022, and we need a new champion guide on one of the best epic champions in Raid Shadow Legends. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here, and we are talking Archmage Hellmut today. Basically one of the #1 epic champions in the game, Archmage Hellmut. And let's go over his kit, and then we'll talk about him, okay? First of all, this wizard is so freaking cool looking. Love this character model. Anyway, his A1 is basically a turn meter boost for himself. You want to build him with 100% crit rate, so you get a 20% turn meter boost. His A2, really, it attacks everyone, okay? Attacks all other enemies if the first attack is critical. So, as long as you build him with 100% crit rate, this is an AoE attack, okay? 50% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. After attacking, decreases the turn meters of each enemies without a stun by 20%. So you have a chance to stun them, which will make them skip their turn, and if you don't, then at least you decrease their turn meter. A3, very interesting here. Increased speed, increased crit rate, increased crit damage buff, which is unparalleled. Like, nobody gets this combination. First of all, it's 3 separate buffs, and second of all, man, those are really powerful in combination together. And then he's immune to turn meter decreasing effects, which is fine. He has a speed in arena battles aura of 17%, but by the time you get him, I doubt that you will need him as a speed lead, but I guess it's a maybe, okay? His base stats as a support champion are solid. 1100 defense, 18,000, almost 19,000 HP. His base speed is sweet, and that's all you need to know. Everything else is pretty standard there. His abilities are, like, his attacks are based on, his attacks are based on attack. So if you really wanted to build him as a damage dealer, you would focus on attack. However, that's not the build I'm going to suggest for you today. If you take a look at the reviews, you can see that this is a well-loved champion in every area of the game. I think he could actually be good in Clan Boss because that increased speed buff, but, you know, obviously not great there. He's a magic champion, so not good in the Force Keep, and I completely disagree with this about the Fire Knight. So, I think that he can be great in the Fire Knight as well. So, let's go ahead and talk about this champion. So, the way that you get him is from the Doom Tower, okay? And from having... From recently beating the normal Doom Tower on my low spend account, I can tell you it's not that difficult, okay? If you've played on your account for 6 months to a year, you can probably beat the normal Doom Tower. But even if you can't beat the normal Doom Tower, even if you can only beat, like, the first however many floors, just come in here and do your secret rooms, okay? Because with every secret room that you do, you will get those fragments, okay? Is there a way for me to... I wonder if there's one that I can just beat quickly. Probably not. But anyway, you guys know, okay? So, the next champion that I'm working on... Here's another way to show it. The next champion that I'm working on is... I don't even know. I mean, I do know. Ah, right here. Akoth the Seared is the second Doom Tower champion, okay? And so, even if you can't beat all the secret rooms, right? You should be able to beat most of them. The majority of them are not difficult. Some of them are tricky. Honestly, it would depend on what your roster is, okay? My roster is getting a bit fleshed out now at this point. And so, like, I have a decent amount of options. I work really hard every week on leveling champions up. I have been a bit fortunate to open some legendaries on my account, but a lot of these are login and free champions or fragments like Tetra Rhymehide, Vlad, Simple, Ninja, Syl. I mean, obviously, Arbiter and Vizix, Rosin. So basically, like half of my legendaries are legendaries that were got in some way for free. But you can tell, like, I've been working hard on leveling champions up, okay? And so when you get further and further progressed on your account, you are going to see that it's easier and easier to do those secret rooms, okay? So, where do we want to use Archmage Hellmut, and how do we want to build him? Okay, so let's pull him up here, okay? So, number one, you almost certainly want crit rate gloves. And you probably want them to have speed. The rest of these are unimportant. Literally, the only reason these gloves are on here is because they're 6-star and they have speed with that crit rate main stat. Okay. The next thing that you probably want is an HP percent chest with accuracy and speed. Okay. And then finally, you want speed boots. You can see, like, these boots are pretty unimportant with their substats. Like, the HP percent is nice. The crit damage is helpful, right? Because we have 100% crit rate. And then the other two were just unfortunate rolls. Up top, you're looking for crit rate, accuracy, some speed, survivability with the HP percent. Any kind of stats up top that will just level you out overall. If you have a banner, it would probably be best to have accuracy on it. I was able to get my accuracy without that, but it helps a lot if you just put that accuracy banner on there. And then accuracy on the amulet as well. Some kind of defensive ring, HP or defense, okay? It is a great idea to book him, but as you can see, I have not booked him yet. Which I'm not sure if I'm going to book him, and I'm going to show you why in a second, okay? His masteries I do not have, but here's a little hack. If you're not going to get all the masteries on a champion, just do one run and get the first two. So you can do crit rate and accuracy. All it takes is literally one run on level 15 in Minotaur. Eventually, I will probably get the masteries the more I use him. I recently just built him, so I haven't gotten the masteries on him yet. But I was able, with him, with no masteries in that exact gear, I was able to beat the Bannerlord's Faction Wars, okay? And here's the team that I used. We're going to run it through here, and you can see him in action. Sethalia for the heals and the buff removal. Stagnite, decrease attack, decrease defense. Warcaster with the block buffs, and then his A1 has a chance to steal buffs, which is actually very good. He does do block damage. That's not really helpful. And then we have our Reviver as well with Ursula the Mourner. Let's go ahead and start the run. So just take a couple minutes here, and you can see this team in action. This team is reasonably quick, but you can see all of the buffs. This team puts all the buffs up. But the nice thing about Archmage Hellmut here is he's going to help you out with some crowd control, okay? He is going to continuously boost his turn meter, and he is also going to control those waves. All right, now I don't really have a good damage dealer in here. Like Stagnite and Warcaster are kind of like doing the heavy lifting here, and so I need champion like Archmage Hellmut to give them a boost, okay? They both have 100% crit rate, so Archmage Hellmut is boosting their crit damage. And actually, I'm not sure Stagnite has 100% crit rate now that I think of it. So that crit rate boost is actually being very helpful there. And then Archmage Hellmut, he's just going to cycle back through his abilities very quickly, even with no books, because, that's right, because obviously he gets that turn meter boost on his A1, okay? Now, you can see here, Warcaster's block buffs being very helpful on the majority of the champions here, just not quite everyone. We're being a little bit unlucky getting no stuns from Archmage Hellmut. There, we got one finally. And obviously, if I booked him, then he would get more than that. When you're running these on auto, don't forget you can click to target. And you always want to target the Blind Seer over here. She's a pain in the butt with her revive and her buffs that she puts up. So if you can kill her first, that really does help. And we're at 2 minutes now. Easy clear here. I think. I've never seen it fail. But, you know, when I start recording, then we get those fails coming in there. And you can see there, Blind Seer putting those buffs up. Could not kill her in time. So it would be nice if we could replace Ursula at some point with a damage dealer to get this clear time down. Not really concerned about that at the moment, but hopefully in the future we would be able to do that. Once you complete your faction wars and get your Lydia, then you can start, because that's the majority of the champions that you're building initially on your account is for those faction war teams. Once you have that beat, then you can do things like level somebody up specifically for a faction war team, or specifically for a Doom Tower boss, or whatever the case might be. Level up a dupe for Hydra, since we can't use our champions more than once. Ridiculous. And so, 3 minutes here, cleared. No, never really worried about it. You know, Hellmut's not doing a ton of damage, but he did more than the girls. You know, the two armored fellas over here doing the heavy lifting, okay? But I wanted to show you another area where he's going to be really good. Some people try to use him in Arena. That is perfectly fine. But I think that one of the best uses for him is in your dungeon teams, okay? So I recently just revamped my Dragon 25 team, and it is a Seer team. Okay, I know a lot of people don't have Seer, okay? But if you do have Seer, or you get her eventually, he pairs so well with her, it's crazy. So let's go ahead and take a run. Take a run through the Dragon Dungeon and watch what we're going to do. So we're going to put up our buffs. We're going to do decreased defense. We're going to put up some more buffs, and we're going to clear the wave. Now, on the second wave, what Archmage Hellmut's going to do is decrease their turn meter, stun them, and perfectly time this so that we can kill the wave, okay? And I just think that that is incredible. You know, I didn't need the books there, but I guess if I had the books, then that would be more buffs for Seer. I think putting Archmage Hellmut on the same turn count as Seer is probably the best way to do it. If you run this combination together, please let me know in the comments if you have yours booked or not. The thing with Seer, though, is that she does have that opportunity to get that extra turn and throw off the rotation, okay? But we should be able to solo this with Bad L, and if not, then obviously I need to change that. So anyway, 2 minutes here is the normal clear time. We're at 1:13 right now. We got to the boss at about 30 or 35 seconds. And that's a pretty good time to be getting to the boss. Our Renegade died, which is great, so she can stop taking turns, and our other champions can take turns. That helps to speed up our time here. Archmage Hellmut, actually, with Masteries would be great. We could put War Master on him, and that would speed up our time even a little bit more. So when I get around to it, that's probably the route I'll go. I'll show you that in just a moment. We'd probably choose the same exact Masteries as what we have on Stag Knight. So I'm going to pull up Stag Knight's Masteries for you to see, in case you are ready to put Masteries on your champion, and then we'll go from there. Oh man. So literally every other run I did was exactly 2 minutes. They were all exactly 2 minutes. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this guide on Archmage Hellmut. No, thank you. Let's take a look at the masteries that I would recommend for him. Stagnites masteries. Yep, this is totally what I'm gonna recommend. Okay, so you can see War Master over here is this tier 6 mastery. Okay, and then the rest of those, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, right? These are typical clan boss masteries. Whenever you hear someone say that, that's what they mean. This is what it looks like. Very similar to this, okay? But this is great. War Master's great for dungeons, for Hydra, for Doom Tower, you know, so many areas of the game. All right, so I think that'll do it here for this 2022 guide on Archmage Hellmut. This guy is totally worth your time. You definitely want to prioritize getting him on your account. The epic champions in Doom Tower, believe it or not, are way better than the legendaries. Like Thea the Tomb Angel, who cares, okay? There's just a lot of great champions that are epics from those Doom Tower normal side secret rooms. So definitely prioritize that. Akoth the Seared, that second one is an incredible champion as well. And then the third one is Rian the Conjurer. She's amazing. And then I think the ones after that are great as well. So definitely prioritize those secret rooms. It's going to take you a little bit of time. That's all right. Just work at it and eventually you'll get there. I did not clear Bannerlords until I got Archmage Hellmut. I couldn't do it. I literally couldn't do it. And he was the key. So keep that in mind if you're struggling in Bannerlords. Go get this guy, help out that Faction War team, and then you can also put him on some of your other teams. Alright, thanks so much for watching. I'm MtgJedi. Check out some other videos on the channel, and if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing today. We'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.